Today's topic is audio routing on Mac OS systems. I want to talk about the free version of CASTER and the great things you can do with it. I think the best feature of the application is to have an overview of all the audio sources, and you can make changes on the fly, have sound effects playing after you toggle them, after you cue them, and you can even add plugins or sound effects on top of your microphone voice to enhance the sound of your voice, or to remove some noise, which could be an issue for your microphone. When I tried to solve the issue, I got to quite a few dead ends. The first one was that I couldn't use Micheal Kinney's method, link in the description, to use the Audio MIDI Setter application combined with Blackhole to get my internal audio with my microphone audio to an online meeting tool like Zoom, Skype or Microsoft Teams. The solution he discovered only worked for live streams or screen recordings, either with OBS or the Screenshot app on macOS systems. Here's the CASTER application, and what that does, it gives you a great overview, as already told, and the capabilities of changing the audio signal meters, your gain levels. And to do that, to achieve all of it, you just need to have CASTER enabled here. Shows your monitoring device, which would be my MacBook speakers. And then I have all the audio, for example this one.
Sound coming through Blackhole. Now I prefer to leave this all the way up and adjust the volume of the computer sounds on the...
Coming in here. And as you can see now, I turned down my monitoring device completely and I'm not hearing anything. But the stream would still be able to hear what's playing right now. This is the free version. As I told you, you can only change, for example, the source to Safari, and now everything else isn't picked up. So if I now go into my Firefox and play a track, pause that for a second, you can see the audio, which is definitely here and playing, is not being picked up by CASTER. That is great for live streaming, games and so on. And now you can have a new microphone track, for example the microphone input 1. And this is only possible with the paid version. And we will go into that next time. Just a quick overlook, you have your audio effects, as I told you. You can change some, you can even have own things, route them to MIDI inputs. You can add different input tracks, we had that, microphone and other applications, so you can have more than one routing rule. This one is really limited to the CASTER StreamX 1, this is the output it creates. And right here you can change the mode in which you are in, you can scale the application, but you can also do that here. You can pin it so it's always on top. Here you can choose your ground control, but that is also a pro feature. You have plugins and you have hotkeys for doing stuff with your keyboard quickly. So that's basically it. You have a couple of things you can choose here. You can record from here, you can have plugins, you can choose the file format, and you even have some sample rate options here, latency options, visible track scaling and all the stuff you need to have. And that is the great advantage of this application. You have everything really well laid out, and you are able to control that by fingertip instead of going into different sources, making them in and out sources, then not knowing what the levels are. To show the levels you need to go into sound, then into sound settings, and then you can see the input levels. Okay, where's my signal being picked up? Okay, I have in the screen recording I can hear my microphone, I can hear it obviously in the microphone, but I can only change it here. I can't change it when I have this activated. Then the list goes on. Here I can change my overall desktop volume, But if I then go into output and watch here what happens, I can't change this. It's pretty much unusable when you want to make changes quickly and adjust volume levels as well. And two quick side notes here. What I discovered was that when using the application first, or when trying to use the application first, I couldn't get any audio meters to show here. So in fact, there was no audio signal coming in. And that was due to an issue in privacy and security settings, where I needed to grant access to CASTER for my microphone for some reason. I think it's just a security level thing from macOS, so that if this setting is not activated, there will be no audio picked up through my speakers. So, and if I now want to activate CASTER or open it, and you see I start the video from Kinney, which I really recommend you checking out, it is not playing. It's not coming through no matter what I do. And if I now change that back, quit and reopen, go back in again, and here it is, playing again. So keep that in mind when activating or installing the application. So one other thing I want to talk about is in OBS. It's also quite easy, and you can route your desktop audio with much more comfort into the application by changing this setting to the StreamMix 1 setting, and then here the audio gets in as well. So quite easy, and again my microphone is also for the live stream in here, but as you know I can't live stream to Zoom. Zoom has its own input and output rules or sources and can't be streamed via OBS. Hey there! Quick side note here. When editing, I realized that inside of Zoom there is a way of routing the audio from the desktop into the meeting, but I still think CASTER has some great features which you still can use while streaming, which is you can control the audio meters individually, and you have an overview, as well as the fact that you can change the monitoring volume independently of the volume which is going to the stream or to your listeners. For myself, I think it is always best to be independent of the streaming or online meeting solution, so you can have your setup also be run internally or only on your computer when trying to route internal audio into a recording or whatnot. So that was just a quick side note I was thinking was worth sharing with you. Thanks, and back to the video. Yeah, one quick addition, if you have Ableton Live, free or paid version, you can achieve your microphone and internal desktop audio being picked up or routed to Zoom or any other application quite easy, and that's how to do it. As you can see now, since I got Ableton fired up, my microphone, MacBook Pro microphone selected, sent out to the master, I can then have it as a device being picked up by the desktop audio, obviously. And now I can see that the level is picking up my voice, finally. And if I play some video, it's also being picked up. So that is great, it works as expected, and now you are able to do it with Ableton. With the free version of CASTER, you can only do it with Ableton, but in the paid version you can obviously do all of this here, and it's a compressed and great way to route your audio for any reason that you might have. That's it. I hope you enjoyed the content and know how you now can route your audio inside macOS to achieve live streams, online calls, or screen recordings for your use cases. My name is Vid Ivy, and I wish you a pleasant day at YouTube.